Hey, what's up? This is Todd Smith. I'm back with another video. In this video, I want to speak about creating a finished slash polished track. I kind of want to give my workflow some tips on how I go about creating my finished tracks. As always, I need to thank you for taking the time to absorb my content and watch my video. There's a lot of people out there in the synthesizer world making content of various nature. You could be watching them, but you're taking the time to watch me. That means a lot. Thank you very much. For me, when I'm trying to create music, and my goal is to actually create a finished, polished album with finished, polished tracks, there's a certain kind of mindset mode I enter, and it's really cut up into multiple stages. I would really say 3 main stages. The first stage I would call fishing. That's a good way of saying it. You're going fishing. The fishing stage is when you have nothing. It's all blank paper. You have no real finished tracks. You have nothing to build upon, and you need to start finding some good music to build upon. So you just start creating music. And the fact is, not everything you create is going to be good. You're going to have to throw some fish back in the water. I would actually say the fishing stage is the most frustrating stage, and it's where people give up the most because you don't really know how long you're going to be fishing for some good tracks. Nobody out there can write a banger every single time. You're going to have to be the person that kind of sifts through the stuff you get, know when something isn't working, toss it to a side, build something new, and also be able to recognize things that stand out and are really good. So during the fishing stage is when you're just creating a massive amount of work. In my opinion, at least with my workflow and how it's worked for me, is the more I fish, the more options I have to show people, and in general, the bigger fish I have to show people. So taking that time, that initial time to invest in building those tracks to be able to share with people is a huge, huge, huge process. And a lot of people, as I said, they'll give up during this process. There could be a time, 4 or 5 days in a row, you're not really creating great music. I've honestly had times where I've had a full week until I've caught a good fish, and I'm like, oh yes, I like this one, let's build upon it. And I think that frustrates people. Like during that initial stage, it's best to have just a completely clear state of mind, accept that most of the stuff you're going to make, you're going to throw away. Really just keep creating and creating and creating until you get those special things that stand out to you, and keep those. At the fishing stage is usually at the point when I release my songs as an early demo. That is like the first initial sounds I made. It sounds really, really cool. I want to build upon it. I think the song has potential. And when you see me release songs as early demos on this channel, that is exactly where a track is. So after I've fished some, early demos and got some tracks that I want to build upon, I go on to my second stage, which in this channel is my second version of that song, the second demo. This is kind of the true testing point of the track. Will it stay with the album or will it not go? Just because I fished it and I kind of liked it initially doesn't mean the final track is going to make it to the album. Usually I'll add new sequences, play with new drums, play with new sounds, mix up the sequencing. So at that point, if a song makes it out to a second version and I like the evolution of the song, I release that onto my YouTube, show the progression of the song, then I hit the final stage, which is working on the pure sound aspect of it, mastering, maybe adding a few little things if I feel it needs to be done. A lot of the times recently, at least in this album, my second version has been really, really close to my final version, so it's really just needed some mastering. So at that point is when I, sit down with my studio monitors, spend a few hours with the song, and really just kind of fine-tune it to the point where I really like its sound. And on top of that, I'll listen to it on a few different devices that I have around to see if it translates good on those devices. I do all my mastering on the iPad. Actually, when I'm done with this album, I'll probably be doing a deeper video, kind of each of these sections of my workflow with live video and me going really deep in showing you examples of my workflow. It can be very overwhelming, kind of creating a finished track, and I figured I would share with you guys my simple 3-step program that I use to kind of push a track from nothing, a blank piece of paper, into something that's developed, evolve it, and get it out the door. And this process seems to be working for me. I'm really impressed with my recent album. The sound quality of my recent tracks. I got to listen to them in a car recently, and I was really impressed with how my stuff is sounding now. So I figured I would definitely start to share the workflow with people. I hope you guys find this video helpful, at least something in this video helpful. But I always need to thank you guys for taking the time to absorb this content and support this channel. I need to especially thank my Patreons because they spend that extra love every single month, and it really drives me forward to help support this channel in unbelievable ways. Thank you so much, guys. Until next time, stay positive, stay creative, support each other, and peace.